for Huddersfield, which is swept in by Josh Karoma.
Flips this one in, goes to the far post. Naviyama with the goal.
Wow, good evening, one and all. How are we all doing? How is everybody? Thank you for coming to tune back in to the channel once more as we do review to our 4-0, yes, 4-0 win against Sheffield Wednesday over the weekend. Honestly, feels like dreamland scenario, but yeah, as the saying goes, what a difference a week makes, and it's true. A week later, and we're sat here and we're thinking to ourselves, yeah, we've got the belief we can actually stay up here, and this performance on Saturday proved that we have got the players to stay in this division. We've got a good group. Yeah, I'm not saying we've got the strongest group. We've got a good group. We've got players that can produce, players that have been underperforming under this setup in the last few months. But Saturday, it was such a big difference. But yeah, we're going to say hello to people in the chat before we get going. But it's going to be a happy stream, guys. It's going to be a very happy stream. So we're all happy. Joshua is in good result. Yeah, very good result. Massive result, actually. Joseph, saying hello to you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for dropping in. Michael says, wow, was not expecting that performance from the town. Didn't know they had it in them. Yeah, I mean, I never stopped believing in this group, I didn't, I knew there was quality in there. Like I said, Saubers, Karoma, we know what Karoma can do. We've seen our defense. Like I said, we've got quality across the park, really. We just haven't. When you don't have the system correct, and when you don't play the correct, if you don't have if you don't play the right way in terms of style and things, you're not going to get results. New manager bounce. I mean, yeah, you could say it's obviously only a temporary manager at the moment, but yeah, you could say there was definitely a bounce. And to be honest with you, I think that I've said it all week. I said, look, we're going to see a big reaction here. On Saturday, I've said it all week. I said it on my preview show, and I knew that these lads had a good week in training because from what I'd seen, of course, I'm not up close and personal with the players, but from what I'd seen, the players looked a lot happier. They looked like they were enjoying training. Obviously, what Worthy said on Friday as well in the press conference about having a good few days training. Even when Matty Pearson spoke as well, you could tell that they'd had a good week or a good few days since he took their team. So yeah, certainly a manager bounce. Vital result with QPR winning as well at Blackburn. I mean, yeah, obviously QPR did win, but like I said, we did our job, and that's all we can do. But yeah, like I said, it's even more vital because they won as well. Yeah, Aiden's in. Good evening to you. He's singing the Johnny Worthington chant, of course. What a guy. I mean, we're gonna have a bit of we're not gonna have a bit, but we're gonna have a part of the show where we show our appreciation to Johnny Worthington later on. So yeah, we have got a part for that. It's on Saturday. It goes to show it was all down to Darren Moore tactics, because Worthington worked with the same players and managed to win 4-0. Yeah, absolutely. When you simplify it, you go back to basics and you allow the players the freedom to go forward and attack and just have the shackles off, like was said during the week. They just have the shackles off, and when you do that, you can actually produce, can't you? So yeah, absolutely, it's spot on. I'm a bit down because obviously Martin is out for that long into yeah. But anyway, guys, we're gonna get straight into it. And like I say, if you are watching this, please do smash the likes down below and subscribe to the channel as well. And like I say, throughout the show, make sure you keep getting those comments in. Always love to hear from you in the chat and your opinions. But yeah, so we're going to start with the lineup then, because I don't know about anybody else when they saw this lineup here. I'm going to get it up on the screen now. Obviously, when I saw this lineup, I was quite worried, to be honest with you, because obviously we'd heard on Saturday morning that obviously there'd been a bit of illness in the camp in terms of a bug going around, I believe. Radone obviously was ruled out in this game because of that, and Kasumu also missed through illness too. So obviously Helik didn't make the squad either. So I was thinking to myself, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was looking really poor, but I just feel like with like Radone in there and obviously Helik at the back, thought we'd be missing quite, be kind of lacking a bit. But look, Nickel starting goal. Now Spencer was on the left in this game, which apparently he did actually play a lot on that side at Motherwell. I'm led to believe. Well, that's what Worthy said anyway. So that's where he played, and he actually played very well. Again, Lee's obviously in the middle with Balka, who made his home debut, of course. I was really impressed with him, by the way, Balka. I think he was superb. So composed, so calm on the ball, great pace about him. Aerially, superb, just like Helik is. And yeah, I think he looked very strong. Pearson, obviously, it was good to see Pearson back in the squad. Obviously, it's been a while, but he came in and yeah, he did well. Like I said, I'll get into it more in a bit anyway, so I won't actually comment on the performance yet. Obviously, Hogg in the middle with Matos. Obviously, third forward, Karoma, Healy, Thomas, and Radulovic, who was leading the line. But yeah, so that was the lineup. So yeah, I was kind of thinking, oof, I mean, we could have done with a few extra bodies in there on Saturday, especially when you look to the bench, there were a lot of even more youngsters on there than normal. Obviously, because there were key players that maybe were on the bench over. Some of them was missing. So yeah, it was one of those, but I think I'm kind of glad that I had that, because I was pleasantly surprised by what I saw in the game. The Town and QPR results bring Stoke, Birmingham, Blackburn, Swansea, Millwall right back into the relegation dogfight. Yeah, I mean, we'll look at the table later, Michael. I'll put it up on screen later on, and we'll have a look. But yeah, it's very tight down there now. Also, what I could see on Saturday, I saw a lot of positivity between the players. Chrome goals were brilliant, and Sorb goal was also brilliant, and that pass from Hawk, yeah, there were a lot more positivity, and freedom to play our game that we all know this squad is capable of. So yeah, that was a lineup then. Like I said, I know I said that I wanted a 4-4-2, but I actually don't mind this formation. I'm not just saying it because we won 4-0, but I'm just saying I like the flat back four. That's what I like in a system. I like the flat back four, and then obviously build from that. I don't like the three at the back. I've never been a fan of the three at the back. I just think it's just no good really for us. Might work for some teams, but I just don't think that's the best formation we have. So the 4-2-3-1, I like it. I think that's maybe the formation we should keep going with going forward. I would say I think 4-4-2 maybe is quite old school, isn't it, to be honest with you? But yeah, it still works for 4-4-2, but yeah. So yeah, let's get into the game then itself, because obviously the first half, I mean, you could tell there was a lot at stake, let's just say that, in this game, because it was a very cagey, nervy half for us, wasn't it? You could tell everyone knew it was a massive, massive game that we had to win from our perspective. And I don't think we were able to really find any rhythm and play our football. I think obviously Wednesday started the better, had a few chances. Remember they had a shot cleared off the line from Healy, actually headed it off the line from a corner, I believe. I don't think they were dominant in the first half, Sheffield. I don't think they were dominant in the first half, but I think that they had a better half than us. And but I don't think not a lot really happened in the first half. Really, it was kind of they had a little spell in the game, Sheffield Wednesday, in the first half, but not anything, to suggest that they were dominating us. But despite that, and saying all that we didn't really play well, you could tell also that the confidence in the players has been really drained, in the past, I would say a few months, maybe a few weeks, but I think since Darren Moore's come in, I think the confidence of these players, I just think has just gone lower and lower and lower as time's gone on. So I think the players looked a bit like they wasn't as confident as maybe they should have been. Well, no, not what they should have been, but they just didn't look confident. And I put it down to the demoralising fact of how it's gone for us this season, really, to be honest, I would say. But what I was just getting to my point now, even though we didn't have the best of first halves, you know what we did do? We kept going forward, we're trying to make things happen. And you could see the intent was there to try and score, despite us not, despite it not really working, we still kept going in that half. I think the approach was spot on, and the mentality was a lot better than we've seen in the last few months. Positivity, like Aidan said earlier, it was just different still. And I think going into half time, obviously it was 0-0 at half time. We knew if we could step it up in that second half, we'd win the game, because in all due respects, I do think we are the better squad than them, and we're a better team than them. Now, obviously, Healy had to come off with an injury in the first half, around the 25th minute, wasn't it, really? It seemed to be a groin injury to me. So hopefully it's not too serious. Hopefully it's not a tear there. But we know he's going to be missing for a few weeks now, Healy, which is frustrating because, like I say, he's only just come in and he's already got injured. But yeah, it's frustrating. And now we're going to have to be without him for a few weeks, and it's just not ideal, is it? So, but obviously Ben Wiles came on. I'm going to speak about him a bit later, actually, because let's just say it really surprised me with how well he actually played. So yeah, I'm not going to say anything else until a bit later on, but yeah, obviously Wiles did replace him. So, but yeah, that was a bit of a blow. But again, I feel like Worthington in this match had so much things to think about, and you didn't come away from that match thinking, "Oh, he made the wrong decision there. He made the wrong tactical selection there. He made the," what I mean? We didn't go away thinking like that. He got every decision that had to be made spot on, really. So, yeah, not much to report in the first half, but I like the intent. I like the positivity. And I like the fact that we still kept trying to, make something happen from, because it only takes one moment, doesn't it, in a half or a game, as we saw in this game, but it only takes a moment in that first half, for example, where we could have maybe got in behind and had a shot or something, and then that builds confidence, and we start clicking again, And obviously that didn't happen in the first half. But again, I go back to it. The intent, the positivity, everything. I still saw that in the first half. And that's what was pleasing for me. That was the only bit that I took away from that first half. It wasn't a very good half, but I took into perspective the fact that, yes, it was a massive game. The players looked nervous. The confidence has been drained out of them the past few months, I would say. So I get it. But in the second half, we came out, and we're going to speak about the second half because, wow, the second half was just unbelievable. I felt like I was in dreamland. But yeah, I think we all did, not just me. But yeah, Aiden said, I don't know about anyone else, but the way we played on Saturday, it looked like the way we played on the one. Yes, it did. It had a similar feel to it, didn't it? I agree. So yeah, you're spot on. I certainly felt that too. Oh, Johnny, indeed. Blue Terry welcoming in, and Forestieri. I mean, yeah, that is funny. Oris is in. Big up Ryan. Let's hope. Hi, big up Ryan. I cannot speak tonight, guys. I don't know what's happening. Let's start again. He says, big up Ryan. Hope you're well. Brilliant win for the Terriers and lots of passion shown from Worthy. Now it's important to see who Kevin gets. I mean, yeah, it's big up to you, by the way. And yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. Hope you're well too. And yeah, brilliant win. Yeah, lots of passion. We haven't seen that for a while on the touchline. And yeah, we're all waiting to see who the next manager is going to be. And obviously, we're going to cover that in the news bulletin later on in the show towards the end. So yeah, massive decision to be made. But yeah, big up to you for coming in. Smash those likes if you haven't already, and subscribe if you are new. Yeah, big up. Yeah, I appreciate the promotion, the plugs that you give me on this channel. Big up to you. Yeah, we talk about so yeah, second half. So wow, like I said, I just couldn't believe it. Like I said, I don't know what Worthy said to the lads at halftime, but my word, didn't it work so well? Really came out of the blocks, really started to create some opportunities. We started to find a rhythm that we hadn't seen that first half, I think, and play the football that we all know our team is capable of at the end of the day. The freedom to play our own game, and forward-thinking play at every opportunity, which we did in the first half as well, but I just felt like in the second half we really stepped it up. Obviously, Bojan had to come off in the 58th minute, didn't he, for an injury. It wasn't anything serious for me. I think it was more concussion-based. Did seem to get a whack from their defender. Now, at the time, it didn't really seem that bad. But obviously, he got up and he carried on. But he tried to carry on, and he obviously went back down again, so he had to come off. So I think it was more precautionary measure that really with Bojan. So I don't think he's going to be out. I think he'll be back this weekend against Southampton. So yeah, nothing to be worried about there. But obviously he did come off. Obviously he came on for Diarra, who obviously went out wide, and then Karoma went down the middle as the main striker. Now the irony of all this is that when our only two strikers came off, we actually ended up producing what we did with the 4 goals, and I just feel like we played better without, which is strange to say, really, especially in the past where we've saying to ourselves, we haven't got a striker with all this, but we ended up losing them, and we ended up winning the game in the manner that we did. So it's just so the irony of it is you just couldn't write it. But yeah, Oris says, Ryan, I do think Worthy will be in charge for this week, and Nagel will have a tough decision who to bring in. Yeah, I mean, we're going to get into that anyway. I agree. I think he will be in charge this weekend. And what I will say about this as well is that we're in safe hands under Worthy. I think there's no need to rush. This decision to be, like I said, this decision to whoever we bring in is huge. So I'd rather us not rush. Let Worthington take the Southampton game, and then get somebody. Even if you announce it on Friday or something, and then let Worthington take the team on Saturday. Then the manager can start, obviously on the Monday. So That's the most sensible approach for me. So I agree. But yeah, it's a tough decision. But that's where the responsibility of an ownership comes, isn't it? You have to make tough decisions at times, and you have to make the correct decisions. So the pressure's on. The pressure's on him, but the pressure's on his staff as well, with Mark Cartwright and Jake Edwards. Will let's just say, if anything's to go by with the disappointment they did with Moore, it's hard to feel confident that they'll get it right. But the reality is they have to get it right, because otherwise the implications of not getting this right will be massive. So, but I don't have any confidence in them, because why? How could we? You know what they did with appointing Darren Moore in the first place. So it's none of the. You've got to earn trust, and at the moment they've started in the worst possible way with what they did back in September. So yeah, we'll have to see. I thought Worthington was the replacement. What else? What role did he have? No, Joshua. He isn't the replacement. He's a temporary boss at the moment, caretaker manager. The role he had within the club was he's in the academy. So obviously he's with the B team, helping the youngsters come through. So yeah, that's his role. He's been at the club, in the academy for 10 years, I think it is, around 10 years. So yeah, he's been here a long time. So yeah, but yeah, anyway, second half, yeah, as I said, kind of build on that now. So yeah, Bojan went off injured, obviously. I was saying about the irony of what we produced. Obviously, Balka came off as well later on, but Balka was superb. Now let's get into the goals. Matty Pearson, in a Matty Pearson classic style goal that he always comes up. Well, when he was fit last season, he produced many goals like this from set pieces. Great delivery from Thomas from the corner. Perfect delivery in. Pearson obviously heads it in from close range. And like I said, really good goal, really good cross from Sorba. And yeah, Pearson always seems to be in the right place at the right time. It's just brilliant. And I was really happy for him to get on the score sheet. And obviously, that's where we start to really find the momentum. That goal gives a massive boost. And we didn't have to wait long for another goal, which was to double our lead. And obviously, Josh Koroma. This all came, though, by the way, this goal. And I think what pleased me most about these goals, is that they were all different type of goals that we scored. So there was a variety. And, this goal here all came from a fantastic interception by Matos to set the ball rolling. And he did that all afternoon. He was superb. I'm going to speak about Matos very soon about his performance, because wow, he's just quality. He's just quality. But yeah, obviously his interception then led to the ball rolling to Ben Wiles, who obviously made the first time. It was an absolutely fantastic ball through from Wiles. Perfect for Koroma to latch onto. And obviously Koroma, front of goal, one-on-one, calm, composed, and slots it past the keeper. Great finish, great goal. But Wiles, that ball through, and Matos set the ball in motion. If he hadn't won that ball, then Wiles wouldn't have got it in the first place. So, yeah, Wiles, though, great first time pass through. And yeah, Koroma, great finish. Really nice goal, 2-0, and where the crowd's buzzing, of course. And the Ben Wiles pass, absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? And then again, 6 minutes later, Sorba Thomas decides to get on the act and get in the goals. And this ball by Hoggy, like Aidan said earlier, this ball by Hoggy from the quick free kick that was taken, absolute beauty of a ball diagonally across to the right where Sorba Thomas gets him behind. Now, bearing in mind, this angle that he had was quite tight. I wouldn't say it was an easy chance to finish, but it was quite a tight angle that he had. But slots it into the left-hand corner, and honestly, the finish, the composure again. The big thing in this match was we were clinical. We were so clinical, and that's where we've missed. That's what we haven't been the past few months, is clinical. When we had chances, we just absolutely, made a mess of them, in key moments. And so that was a big change on Saturday. It was good to see. And then Josh Koroma decides to get himself another goal and double his tally for the afternoon. See, a bit of a mess by their defender, Bernard, I believe it was. It was a short back pass to the goalkeeper. Koroma was eager. He was ready. He was on his toes, and he was ready to to pounce if the defender made a mistake, and he did. And he pounced well and truly, obviously taking it round the keeper. Great kind of chip over the keeper there. And yeah, obviously the Wednesday defender does get back. The goalkeeper gets back. But the defender tries to get it off him, but it rebounds back to Koroma. Like I said, then the goalkeeper seemed to stumble. Diarra seemed to be on that. I don't think he didn't actually touch him, but obviously Diarra was actually the goalkeeper. But I wonder if that put him off and he kind of lost his footing, and then obviously Koroma was allowed to. He couldn't miss really. So, but yeah, great goal, and that was the 12 minutes of madness complete. To be honest, and I just couldn't believe I don't think anybody in the stadium could believe what they were seeing. To be honest, and it was just from like I said, the build up to the week as well. It was all positive. I was looking forward to the game. I think everyone was. I'd never actually woken up on a match day feeling looking forward to a game as well. That hasn't happened for a while, so it was a nice change. And obviously, the game didn't disappoint after we found our rhythm in that second half. But yeah, just really, really pleased, really impressed, and but yeah, we can't complain. A clean sheet as well. Fantastic to get a clean sheet. We haven't had a clean sheet for ages too. So everything just went right for us. Everything went right. But I believe you earn your own luck in this game, and I believe that you earn positive outcomes. And we certainly earned that with how we approached the game, the mentality, the positives that we showed on the pitch. So yeah, we deserved to win 4-0. Yeah, the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper, that was funny. I don't know what happened. He just seemed to just fall over. And yeah, I don't know. Michael says Warnock out of retirement again with now at Aberdeen. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw his bit of his interview he did with Sky Sports today. But yeah, obviously his first game as well tomorrow is against Rangers, isn't it? At Ibrox. What a game to start with. But yeah, obviously, best of luck to him up in Scotland. He's never managed in Scotland either, so it's a new experience for him. But yeah, overall thoughts, like I said, just really, really great performance. Really good. Like I said, we have to mention Alex Matos, as I said earlier. What a performance. I've been impressed from the moment this guy walked through the door and when we first saw him. Yeah, but he's kept going and he's kept going and he's kept going. And he's got better, better and better. And this was his best performance that we've seen, let me tell you. And, they say never fall in love with a lone player. But unfortunately, I already have fallen in love with Alex Matos because he is a special, special talent. Like I say, so many interceptions made, gets stuck in. The ground he covers, like I say, he was part of the. He was involved in the second goal, wasn't it? It was the second goal it was part of. I believe, or was it the third goal? It was the second goal. Yeah, it was the second goal. And yeah, Alex Matos, the maturity as well of this guy is just unbelievable. 19 years old. You forget he's had to move up north, somewhere he hasn't been before, away from home, and he's just slotted in, just like it's easy. And it takes time to adjust, and I didn't expect him to maybe hit the ground running straight away, because you've got to give these players time, because especially his age and having to move away from home, he's completely different, so that is another thing that I think we're so lucky to have him. I just feel like let's just enjoy having him in our squad. Like I say, he lasted the full game as well. We haven't seen him play a full game. He was always taken off for some reason before. But yeah, Matos, for me, we're going to get into player ratings, so stay with me for that. But I'll be revealing my player of the match after that. But yeah, Matos, just a joy to watch. A bundle of energy. Just gets you off your seat. Great. Love to see a player get stuck in. And yeah, honestly, it's one of those, just a really, really special talent. But yeah, watch along for tomorrow. I mean, it's funny you say that, Aidan, because I was kind of contemplating this week. Obviously, I did say I wanted to do another watch along this week, or regular watch along, should I say. I was looking at the fixture, I was thinking to myself, I don't really think there's any games this week that I can't. Wednesday nights I can't do anyway, but I didn't really see any game this week that I could potentially. I thought, yeah, I should do this game because it'll be good. It'll be a good game. But so, which game are you talking about, Aidan, in terms of watch along? Because where is Keane Harrett's injured, I believe. So yeah, Harrett's out injured. So yeah. But anyway, we're gonna move on. Yeah, let's talk about Ben Wiles now, because look, in the past, I'll hold my hands up and say maybe I was too harsh on maybe I was too harsh on Ben Wiles when he kept, because look, up to present though, up to Saturday, or should I say, not up to present, up to Saturday, we hadn't seen anything from him, and I just was really disappointed. I'm a very emotional person, so sometimes I can, kind of jump on players a bit too much maybe. But look, I think this game, give him credit here, because he came on, and this is by far the best we've seen him. There's no question, because if you look at his game and what he produced in this game, and he just brought that energy to that midfield, and that, really good in a different position that he's deployed before. But I think he's more attack-minded, and I think he played really well. So yeah, I wrote him off too soon, mate. But this is only one game, remember, so let's not get carried away too much. But let's hope he can keep that up, because I've kind of questioned his fitness. I think he's looked completely unfit since he's come through the door, for me. But he looked really fit on Saturday. All of us, I don't know, I don't know what he's been doing, but obviously he's been putting in the work. So again, fitness, he looked really good. But yeah, he was the best I've seen him play. So fair play, and hopefully this is the start of a brand new Ben Wiles that we haven't seen. So yeah, Rangers v Aberdeen. I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I mean, obviously, Not that I have anything against Scottish football. I don't know if I should. I don't know. I'm not. It's not really standing out. And obviously, I know Neil Warnock's been appointed today, so it adds a bit of more relevance to it. But yeah, I don't know. Not too sure. But like I say, if there isn't a watch along, there'll definitely be a watch along next week. But we'll have a think about it anyway. Not that I'm aware. I don't think it is Hogg's last seat. He hasn't said anything about that yet. But yeah. Now we're going to ask you guys, actually. When was the last... Now, no Googling, by the way. When was the last time, we scored 4 goals in a single match? Because I've done my research. And I'm interested to see if you guys in the chat know when the last time we actually scored 4 goals. But yeah, I'll leave that one with you. And post in the chat if you know. But yeah, just final thoughts on this game. Obviously, this game was more than a win. And what I mean by that is, psychologically, it is massive for the players. Absolutely huge. And the belief they'll have got from this, too. Obviously, the fans have now got more belief. Yes, okay, we don't know who's taking the team forward, so it's kind of thinking, but it's given us all a boost and a lift. And all of a sudden, we're seemingly heading in the right direction. And yeah, that's kind of what I think about it. I think the fact that we scored 4 goals instead and we kept a clean sheet, the confidence, the mood in the dressing room will have been so much better. Well, I've seen it was so much better from the videos that were posted online, but it was so much more positive, and that we can now push on. Alex is in. Hello to you. Good evening. Aidan, you are spot on. Correct. Indeed. So against Middlesbrough, the 1st of April, 2023, we won 4-2 that day. So yeah, I hope you didn't Google that, Aidan. I hope you remembered it. But yeah, we're going to get into the player ratings now, actually. So it would be good if you guys can kind of get your ratings as we go along. Let's start with Lee Nichols. I think he didn't have many big saves to make, did he? But he did deal well with some kind of potentially dangerous crosses into his box. And he was finally tested a minute before the final whistle, obviously pushed that Malik Wilkes fierce effort away to ensure the clean sheet. So for me, I think Nichols gets a solid 7 on Saturday. I think he looked very bright. He looked at times, for me though, with Nichols though, still, I feel like he still misses about. There were opportunities in this match where he could have got rid of it a bit earlier. And he just seems to be holding on to the ball too much. And I don't know if that's because he doesn't want to make a mistake or if he doesn't know what to kind of... He knows what to do with it, but it's just that indecisiveness he seems to have... we've seen in recent times. So, but yeah, for me, Nichols gets the 7. Matty Pearson, of course, came in, started at right back. I think he did well. I think he obviously got the goal as well. And yeah, I think it was a solid performance. You know what you're going to get with Matty. You do. And I know that I've kind of said, in this league, I don't particularly like him playing right back because at times he can get exposed because he hasn't got much pace. But I think in this game he did quite well actually, and obviously got the goal as I said, and yeah, so I'm going to give Matty Pearson a solid 7. Radinho Balker obviously made his home debut as I said. The Helic was forced to sit out this one with the knock he picked up against QPR. Now, he did pick up a yellow card midway through the first half. Bit of a clumsy challenge, but otherwise, I think he put in a really strong performance. I think he looked good. He looked bright. And I was really happy with him, really impressed. So for me, I'd probably give Balker a 7, a solid 7-2. Tom Lees, again, Tom Lees, I've kind of said that he's looked a bit off the pace at times this season, but I suppose a lot of players have. But like I say, he denied Ugbo early on a very presentable chance. He deflected his shot over the bar, if you remember. No problems against his former club, really. He did a solid job for us. So for me, give him a 7. Brodie Spencer, wow. I mean, we haven't spoken about Brodie, actually. He was superb. And let me tell you, I know he was all joking when obviously the club obviously brought him back and posted that video of like it was a new signing. But the irony of all this is he's actually come back like a completely different person. And it is a new signing because this guy has gone to Motherwell in Scotland. I don't know what they've done to him, but they've honestly transformed him completely. In the time that he was there, and talk about a loan move, a loan kind of spell, completely making a massive impact. Brodie Spencer is playing the best we've ever seen him by far, and we didn't know that we didn't know we could see him perform like this ever. And I think it's just unbelievable. Like I say, he was moved to left back. He was given plenty of freedom to get up the pitch, used it well. But also, he was up against a very tricky winger in Anthony Masaba, who, of course, I did pinpoint as one of the target star players for Wednesday. But he carried it out so impressively. I think that the booking that he got early in the second half was very harsh. But yeah, I think he was one of the best players that we had on the pitch as well. So he was another candidate for player of the match in this game. The amount of interceptions he made, tackles, he was composed on the ball. He just does a really solid job. And that's just unbelievable, really, from what we saw from him before he went out on loan. But yeah, it's a fair play to Brodie. Now, Alex Matos, I've spoken about him, but yeah, I've won several impressive recovery tackles, carried the ball forward well too. When he wasn't getting kicked, because they kept fouling Matos, to be fair. Played a massive part of seeing our second goal, as I said earlier. Determined work rate, determined work, creating opportunity to counter-attack. Still a bit. I think he does fly with his challenges at times, but at the end of the day, that's his game. That's what he does. That's what kind of player he is. He's clearly likes to tackle. He reminds me a bit like Hoggy, like 10 years ago. Well, not 10 years ago, like maybe 6 years ago, maybe. I think he's just got it. He's just got it, hasn't he? He's got it, and is a key player. So for me, I think I have to give him the highest score of so far, and that has to be a 9. I think he was just superb. So impressed. Just got that aura about him. He's a special talent, as I said, and I just think now, with him in the team from now until the end of the season, he will provide such a big kind of boost for us in that midfield. Our midfield has been a problem for a while, but he adds that necessary quality to it. So, yeah, for me, Matos, 9. I think Hoggy, constantly nipping in to win those balls between the lines, loose balls between the lines. Like I said, the assist that he got, that brilliant ball across to Sorba, as I said, for the goal. And yeah, he was just superb. He was good. I've given Hoggy quite a bit of criticism lately because he hasn't really performed and he hasn't really played well and he's lost the ball too easily. But in this game, he was really good. So I have to praise him there. So for me, give him a 7 for that performance. Sorba Thomas. Now, I think first half was quite frustrating for him. So his team is trying to bring him to play at various points. Looked a lot brighter after the break. Obviously, got the goal. Brilliant delivery in for the assist that he got for Pearson's first goal as well. His press was good. And actually, if you remember, that his press actually led to Bernard making the error for the fourth goal. So, he not for the fourth goal, for the second goal, sorry. Not for the fourth goal. Yeah. We had so many goals. We got spoiled over the weekend. I'm just getting confused with what happened. But yeah, really good from him. So I give him an 8. I think Sorba was good overall. Healy obviously came off. Obviously plays that hybrid number 10, number 9 role that saw him sometimes sitting behind Bojan, sometimes pushing on to become a strike partner of his. Denied that he's an opener. Like I said, he did clear the ball off the line. A massive moment at that point in the game as well. So it was a crucial intervention. Obviously, it was forced off with an injury. So I think for me, Healy gets a 5. Yeah, I think Healy gets a 5. Josh Karoma. Again, first half wasn't too good, too predictable. Moved to centre forward just before the hour after Bojan got injured. And then he just came into his own in that role, centre forward. Took his first goal with great composure. Added a second off a back pass after looking for a second, like he could have blown the chance. He did look like he could have blown the chance. But yeah, for me, really like Karoma. I'm going to give him an 8. I think he was a really good performance from him. Bojan. I think Bojan had a pretty poor game, if I'm honest with you. I think he was quite ineffective. I think obviously we were trying to get the ball up to him, but he was just not winning anything like he was doing in previous matches. I know obviously the Wednesday defense is quite strong and aerially they're good at winning their aerial duels, but I don't know. I just think Bojan looked a bit off it yesterday. Not yesterday, Saturday. My goodness, this stream is full of errors from me. Never mind an error from the Sheffield Wednesday defender for that goal. But yeah, what he wasn't performance that I've seen that he's performed. He was one of his quieter games. Let's say he wasn't that great. So for me, a 5 for Bojan. So Ben Wiles, like I said, came on. I think he really, moved into space really well and really helped build the attack. Looked a lot sharper than we saw from in the first half of the season. Claimed a good assist as well, like we said earlier, by playing in Karoma. And I think that this really could be the catalyst for him and hopefully he can kick on from here. I think it was a solid performance from him. So for me, I give Ben Wiles an 8. Really good. Diarra took over on the left wing with Kroos moving up front. After Radulovic got injured. I think he did well tracking back to Fed, helping out defensively at the back. So I did see him run back a few times and intercept a few things. But again, Diarra, I mean, he just lacks quality for me at times. He lacks composure. He keeps hold of it too long. There's just no end product with him at the moment. I hope it comes for him, but he's not having the best of times at the moment. But, you know, it only takes one moment to kickstart something. So hopefully you can find that. But yeah, for me, I'll give him a 6. Ben Jackson. Came on in the 81st minute, but you can't really give him a rating, really, can you? Because he was on quite late. Saw out the game at left back. Pearson moved inside, and Spencer went to the right. But yeah, you can't really rate him. But yeah, that's my ratings. But we're gonna get into. I can't remember the goal scorers. Yeah, for the 4-2 win at Middlesbrough. I mean, I know I can't either. But yeah, it's one of those. It was a good day at the office there, but yeah, it's been a while. So you've got your ratings in. Nichols 7, 27.5, Balka 6.6. That's very precise. Lee's a 6, Pearson a 7, Hogg a 7, Matos an 8, Koroma a 9, Healy a 5, Radulovic a 6, Thomas 7.5, Diarra 6, Jackson 5, Wiles 9.5. Wiles was my man of the match on Saturday. Nice. So you've gone for your man of the match as Ben Wiles, which, again, I did say that he was one of my candidates for man of the match. But I think we know where this is going, don't we, with me? What I've said tonight, I have to give it to this guy because I just think he was superb. And there were a few. Ben Wiles was superb as well, and I don't get me wrong, he was. But I think the way Matos did a job on Bannon, so impressive. It's not an easy player to come up against. His Bannon. Bannon's a tricky customer. Great experience, good quality, but he handled him so well. And I just think what we saw from him was just a fantastic all-round, superb 10 out of 10 performance. So for me, my man of the match, everything about his performance, I just think he just warranted it. So I know that Ben Wiles got the assist for one of the goals, but he set the ball off in motion with the interception. And he was doing that all afternoon in terms of intercepting the ball, breaking up play. He's just everywhere. He's everywhere. He doesn't stop. And I just think, yeah, he's, like I said, superb, special talent. So, yeah, that's kind of my player ratings, the game. I don't think I've missed anything, have I? So we're going to get into the news, like the latest news bulletins that we've missed over the past. I haven't really done one of these recently, so we're just going to do this to finish with. But yeah, I think that's it for the Sheffield Wednesday game. But before we move on, we have to take a part of this show to show our appreciation for Jonathan Worthington, our legend. Yeah. And I think the biggest compliment I can make to Worthy is the fact that he's seen an instant reaction from these players. After only a few days of training, now you could say that, yes, we know that he's in and around the training ground. Obviously, the B team and the first team work very closely together. So he knows a lot of these players. I'm not disputing that. But the fact that he got an instant reaction and the response that they showed him, speaks volumes how good he is at what he does. Like I say, I think he completely stripped it back, didn't he? Gone back to basics. His words during the week was about simplifying things and giving simple, concise messages to the team, what he wants, what he wants. And, he obviously wanted us to go forward and play with freedom. His tactics throughout the game, whatever he was dealt with in terms of, whether it be the Healy injury, then Bojan had to come off. He had an answer for everything that was thrown at him in this game as well, tactically. I think the mentality, like I say, the positivity, he's instilled belief in this group again after a really tough time of the past few months. So listen, he just superb. I'm going to show a clip of this celebration because this celebration, was superb. And honestly, it just brought a big smile to my face. So let's show the clip. Now, look at this, guys. Look at that. I mean, look at that guy. I mean, honestly, so much passion, emotion. He is Huddersfield Town through and through. Simple as that. He's one of us. He's a fan. He's a fan of us. He loves this football club. And that certainly showed, with how animated he was in the celebrations there. And, constantly encouraging the team as well, and doing what it was just a joy. And look, another point I want to make as well. Yeah, I kind of said this earlier, to be fair, but let him take the team until we find a suitable replacement. Let him take the team on Saturday. Yeah, because I feel completely comfortable and happy with him taking us down to Southampton on Saturday, and let the newer manager come in next week. Because we don't, like I said, we can't afford to rush this appointment because we know how huge it is. But we're in good hands until we do appoint that guy that takes us forward. So, look, I have nothing but praise for Worthy. I think it's not easy. It's not easy to do what he did, in the few days that he had with the group closely, day in, day out. But like I say, he brought all the right messages to the team. You could see the team was playing for him. Just that extra added, let's play for Jonathan Worthington kind of aura about the performance as well. How whereas Darren Moore never got that, did he? And I just think, look, just all around superb. So shall we give Jonathan Worthington a rating, guys? Because why not, eh? Look, I think he did everything. I can't fault anything that he did. The second, like I said, the team talk at halftime, he absolutely worked, because whatever he said at halftime, they came out all completely different team and played how we know we can. Like I say, tactically, he got it spot on. The approach, spot on. The mentality, the positivity. I think you can just give Jonathan Worthington an unlimited rating of, Aiden's gone for 100. Let's go for 100. Let's give him what he wants. He deserves it, because honestly, he brought smiles back to our faces, the fans, the players, and he's a very humble guy. He's Worthy, and he kind of didn't want to kind of take the limelight after the game on Saturday. He was going to say, no, it was all down to the players. I'm just here to help and things. But listen, he's a very humble guy, and I think he deserves huge credit and praise for that performance and the things that he had to deal with throughout the game. Just spot on. So, Worthy, we love you. We love you to bits. But yeah, anyway, that's the appreciation for John. I mean, I could go on for ages about Worthy, but yeah. So yeah, that's kind of it. So huge morale boosting win, as I said. Now it gives us that belief to push on, and we take one game at a time. I'm not looking. People say, "Oh, we've got a tough run of fixtures now and all this." I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on one game at a time. Yeah, and at the end of the day, this is the Championship. Anyone can beat anyone on their day. That's the beauty of this league, and I don't care who you are, how much your team's worth. If you approach the game in the right manner, in the positive manner, and go and try and win a game of football, it's 11v11. You can win football games and surprise people. And that's what we've got to do in these fixtures coming up. We've got to surprise people. We've got to make a statement in these matches. Because at the end of the day, testing yourself against the best is what football's all about, isn't it? You don't want to be you don't want to be playing, really weak teams every week, do you? You want to be testing yourself against the very best, and seeing what you can do. And I don't fear these games coming up. People are saying, "Oh, it's going to be a tough ask to do this and that," and I'm just thinking to myself, no, let's just get behind the team and let's see what happens. But yeah, So let's get into the news bulletin, because there has been quite a shift in terms of the managerial appointment situation in the last 24, 48 hours. Now, I've seen rumours that Paul Higginbottom is not too keen on the job at the club, which I think it's a massive blow really for us. I'm not going to lie to you, is because I think he was the guy that we should have been going for. And like I say, full of experience, did fantastic at Sheffield United, did well with Barnsley as well. But yeah, Sheffield United obviously being in this league as well, getting out of this league, success in this league, he was the candidate for me. And the fact that they had, like I said, we don't actually know, do we? We can only, there's so many rumours going about that it's very hard to kind of pinpoint, is this true, is this not? But the bookies seem to think so in the odds, because he has gone off favourite, and we've got a new favourite, which we're going to speak about now. Like I said, Heckingbottom's still not out of the running, but he's no longer favourite, which just kind of worries me. But yeah, now the guy that is replacing this favourite, as I said, for me, would not be a very ambitious or inspiring appointment at all, in my view, and that is Michael Duff. Obviously, the ex-Barnsley and Swansea manager has obviously gone to the top of the list now. And yeah, for me, this would not be a good option for short-term and long-term. Not at all. I think it would be a massive, massive gamble putting him in charge. And we simply cannot afford to make this massive gamble with him at this stage of the season. We know how crucial this appointment is. And, Cartwright and Edwards have to get it right, and there's no excuses. I think if you look at what he brought to Swansea, it was woeful. His 23% win record speaks for itself. And, for me, it's starting to make me feel quite nervous about this appointment now, because now this news has come out. Because, yes, okay, it's not concrete. And according to Alan Nixon, who is a very reliable source, can I just add, they are in the second stage of interviewing process at the club this week. So it doesn't, just because he's gone to favourite, doesn't mean he's going to get the job, does it? But I don't particularly like the fact that he's gone to the top of the list. It makes me feel quite uneasy. I think it would be seriously an underwhelming appointment, and it wouldn't be taking the club forwards as we want to see happen. It would be a backward step. So sorry, I know, like I say, I'm not overshadowing, by the way, what he did at Barnsley, because he did a very good job at Barnsley, nearly got them promoted, obviously got to the playoff final, and obviously was, the officiating on that day, you could say that cost him promotion, because it was totally for Sheffield Wednesday that day. But I just think he's not the right appointment for now. Now, ironically, last year, when Warnock obviously was saying he wasn't staying on, and we was kind of thinking who was going to be manager, I actually said that I would like Duff. So prior to the Swansea managerial disaster that you had, I actually was up for him coming in last summer. But times do change, and I just think now this would be a huge gamble, and I just wouldn't like to see. I'm sorry, but I just don't. I'm all for giving managers a chance, absolutely. But we need to get this decision correct, and I just don't believe bringing Michael Duff in is the answer at all. Aidan says Michael Duff is going to be like another Darren Moore, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it has the similar feel to it, doesn't it, Aidan? And we're going to have a look at the current odds now, and we're going to have a look at these. I know I've kind of had this on before, but let's just recap. And then we're going to look at the table before we finish as well. So yeah, this is obviously, I'm going to get the comment off there, and then you can see it in full. So this is the list then at the moment, and I think, like I say, Michael Duff has gone favourite. John Eustace is another name that I'm not convinced by. He only did well at Birmingham for 6 months. He's a relatively new manager. And again, I just think that it's a massive gamble bringing him in. Alex Neil, I'm not sure about Alex Neil. I mean, I'm just not sure about him. David Wagner's on the list. I can't see him coming back, so I think that's out of the question. But would we take him back? I mean, absolutely. But I just can't see it happening. John Mousinho is at 12-1 there. One of my picks that I made in the top 3. Mark Hughes, I don't know why Mark Hughes is on there, because we definitely don't want Mark Hughes. And Pep Linders, I think Pep Linders is an interesting shout, I do. Obviously, Klopp's assistant. And he would be a big, big statement if he was to come in. He hasn't managed before. And the problem with that is he's not going to be available until the summer. We need somebody for now. So I'm not sure how the thinking is behind him being on the list, really. But Pep Linders, to work with somebody like Klopp, he's got to have something about him, hasn't he? And obviously he's been learning under Klopp as well. So, I don't know. But he's obviously an outsider. But obviously John Worthington's on the list. But like I say, John Worthington doesn't want the job. So I'm not sure why it's on the list yet. Obviously, because of the result of the weekend, he's on the list. That's why he's on the list. But we know that he doesn't want to take the job. So, yeah. But yeah, Pep Linders, I think, is an interesting one. But yeah, that's the latest at the moment with the Oz as our new manager. George is in evening to you, George. Hope you're well. Big up. Thank you for nipping in. You've kind of missed the preview, really, because we're actually we're going to finish up in a minute, actually. So, yeah, loan deals have been, obviously, we haven't done this fair. Kyle Hudling's gone out on loan. A few of our youngsters have gone out on loan. Good to see them getting minutes. Hopefully they do well. Scott High, obviously, has gone out on loan. I don't think he's ever really going to make it at town, to be fair. Scott High, I think he's quite poor, to be honest with you. But, yeah, obviously he's gone out on loan. So, yeah. But I think that's it, guys, to be fair. I think that's it. Obviously, it's been a bit of a mistake-ridden stream. I feel like I've done far too many errors this evening, but it happens, we move. But it has been a good stream. It's been good to relive that 4-0 victory, that huge win on Saturday. It's nice to be full of positivity for once in a match rather than saying the same things every single week, which was what we was doing, or which was what I was doing and everybody else was doing when Moo was in charge. So it's nice to have a refreshing change, isn't it? So yeah, it's been a good stream, and obviously brilliant live stream, mate, up the town. Thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed it as always, Aidan. Thank you for your contributions tonight as well. But yeah, huge win. We move on to the next game. Confidence is high. Let's have a good week of training. No midweek game. Again, I think it's always good when you don't have a midweek game because you have more time to prepare for the next game. And we'll probably need it because, like I said, we are facing one of the best teams in the division on Saturday. But that is for later on in the week where we will be doing the match preview to that game on Friday night at 7 o'clock, usual time. Or I might do it a bit earlier, actually. I'm not sure. Friday night anyway. Friday night. Or I might just do it at 7. Yeah, it's fine. I'll do it at 7. Same time. And content throughout the week. Like I say, potentially a watch along. I'm not sure yet. I don't really know. I don't think so. But definitely a watch along next week, if not this week. And yeah, I'm not sure. There's not much. Unless there's a manager, like I say, if there's something announced with the manager, then obviously I'll be back on here. But maybe some additional content on Wednesday, but I'm not sure what yet of what I could do with it'll probably be a pre-recorded video as well. So we'll just have a think about that. But yeah, that's how our week is looking. In Jonathan Worthington, we trust. Indeed we do, Aidan. Indeed we do. But yeah, big up to you all for coming in. Thank you for dropping by. If you are new around here, please make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And if you're watching this on playback, I never like to miss people that watch it on playback because I know everybody can't always tune in live. Let me know your thoughts on what's been discussed. This result, how do you feel now? Do you feel a lot better? Give me your thoughts, and also anything else that we've discussed. I'd love to see some more Jonathan Worthington praise. I'd love to see who you think should be coming in as manager. Anything really. Feel free to get your commenting down below. But yeah, guys, thank you all. And Darren's just coming with big thumbs up. You've missed it, Darren. You've missed the stream, unfortunately. But you can catch up, don't worry. If you want, you can catch up. Go to the beginning and catch up with the stream. Now you're on here. But yeah, you can find me on my social, HTFTV8 on Instagram and X, or Twitter, as I still keep calling it, because it'll always be Twitter to me. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody's support. Let's keep sharing the channel and try and get up to 500 subscribers very soon. We're progressing very nicely. I just want to keep going. So yeah, anyway, I'll stop waffling. And as always, up the town. And we're going to say it. John Worthington's Barmy Army. So yeah, take care, everybody. And I'll see you very, very soon. Have a good week.